Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Croskrey and I will be your IT and communication specialist. Today I will be walking you through the Workers' Compensation Renewal Values Collection. So I will just get started here. So first you will receive an email from us including the link and some instructions for you. The link will take you to the welcome page. The welcome page is just explaining what you will see on the values collection as well as completed by date and some other information. So you will go to the values survey here. And what you will see is a walkthrough tour. This will just allow you to understand what our headers mean, our filters and statuses, and I will go through that with you along the way as well. So I will click next, and here is our assignments section. So you will see if you do have multiple districts, you will see all of your districts here. The one link will allow you to see all of your districts. I only have one district here, so that is why you see only one district. This is the progress bar. You will be able to see how much you've completed by page. So let's say you completed one page and not the other. You will have a progress bar at 50%. So you'll be able to see what your progress looks like after each page. This is a status summary. This will allow you to see what your page's status is. So right now, as you can see, both of my pages are assigned. If I complete one page, the status will change, and so on and so forth. This is our filters assignment by. So let's say I completed one page, but not the other. I can filter those pages by using this. I can select all, not complete, or assigned. And this is our, like I said before, our section that you can look at the districts that you have as well as the pages and the status. So I will just go into the district information page now. We will see another tour here explaining this page as well as these few buttons that you can use. So the reassign button is for anyone that wants to reassign the values collection to someone else. We'll go ahead and look at that right now. So as you can see here, you can assign an email, a name, and an assignment type. So you can choose whether this person is a primary or a secondary user. So I would fill that all out. All of the red asterisks are absolutely necessary. So once I fill that out, you can submit reassignment. I will not select anyone right now. Save as completed is for when you have gone through the entire page and filled out everything that is necessary. And if you're confident that everything looks good, you can go ahead and save as completed. If you would like to save a page and come back to it later, you can go ahead and click Save for Later. This is for anyone that needs to leave in the middle of the process or needs to come back to that page for any reason. Again, this is the filtered list, so you can see both of my pages are assigned. And you will see our header here explains the save as completed or save for later as well. We have a hover tool tip, which just allows us to view additional information or instructions. a little bit more information about completing your pages, as well as reassigning. And at the bottom here, we do have an email. If you do have any questions on the policy side of things, you can email us directly at wc@csdpool.org. So first, on the district information page, you will see the FEIN number. This is an editable field, so you will be able to change that if it is not correct or if it needs to be changed at all. So you can do that there. We do have broker and management company information as well. And below that, your district address and phone number. Below that, you will see our district contact role assignments. Like I said before, we do have a tooltip, so you can hover over and see that this table is for reference only and not editable. So this will be the grid that we have in our system for all of your district contact roles. So if there is something on this table that does not match up or something that needs to change or anything needed to be updated, you will have to go ahead and email us directly. Again, you can email us here and we will go ahead and take care of those changes for you. Everything looks good on my screen, so I will go ahead and save as completed so I can move on to the next page. All right, so the next page is our schedules and additional forms page. We have a similar header here. You have your member name. Our first section is our current payroll schedule. So this is what we have for your 2021 policy. We do have a hover tool here explaining a little bit more about what needs to happen. Please note that this section will be different between districts that have over 25 employees, and there will be a different section for under 25 employees. Today we'll be looking at districts with under 25 employees, and as you can see here, I only have 3. So let me just explain the over 25 employee districts. So what you will see is a downloadable link which will allow you to download an Excel sheet which has all of your district information on it, or all of your payroll information on it. So you will see something similar to what we have here, but it will be on Excel. And you'll be able to go through that and make any changes or add any employees that need to be added. You'll make those changes, you'll save those, and there will be an upload section for you so you can upload your template, and we will be able to access that and see all the changes that you've made. So that will be all done via Excel for districts over 25 employees. And there will also be a question for you at the end where it will ask you if you have uploaded your employee template. This is absolutely necessary, so we do need an Excel sheet uploaded. If you do have any questions on that, go ahead and send me an email. I will provide my email at the end of this walkthrough. But let's go ahead and move on to districts under 25 employees. So what we can do here is we can add a new payroll schedule. Here you will see we have this delete requested. You could probably ignore that due to this being a new payroll schedule, but that's necessary for our next section, so we'll ignore this for now. You will want to add a first name, a last name, a job title, All of the red asterisks are required fields. We have position types you can choose from full-time, part-time, and volunteer. And we do have job classification that has to be updated. So we do have a magnifying glass if you do not know what needs to be added here. So I highly recommend that you click that so you can go through and take a look at what we have here. So for right now, I'll just choose a random one, but you will choose what needs to be chosen there. So um, then we can move on to our estimated employee payroll. I'll go ahead and fill those out. And it looks good to me, so I'll go ahead and save changes. And now we have that uploaded. So next we will go over any items that need to be edited. So let's say I do not want this first line here, so I'll go ahead and go in and click that, and I will request this to be deleted. So I will click yes, and you cannot delete yourself. We're going to have to go in and delete it on your behalf. And we do that on the back end. So this request we'll have to look over, and then once we approve it, we will delete that for you. If I want to delete that, I'll go ahead and save changes, but I won't do that for right now. But if you do need to edit anything in this section, you can do that and save changes. Let's move on to volunteer firefighter roster. So this will only show up if you do have a volunteer firefighter roster. So if you don't have this section, you can go ahead and ignore this for now. Same thing here, we can add a new volunteer. So again, the red asterisks are required. First name, last four of social security number, and position. Volunteer firefighter, EMT, volunteer. So fill those out and save changes. I won't do that for right now. Again, this has an icon, so you can see a little bit more about what needs to happen here. You can also edit this section here, and you will not be able to edit any of this, but you can also request to delete here. So again, we have first name, and the last four are required. So any changes that need to be made, that will have to be filled out in order to move on. We have designated medical providers. This will show up if you have that section filled out already. Again, we have adding a new preferred provider. Again, fill out everything that needs to be filled out and save changes, and you can edit it or request to delete. We have certificates that may show up for you if you do have those. We also have a tool icon here where you can read through, and it gives you a little bit more information. And this section here will not be able to add a new certificate. So if you do want to add a certificate, you will need to reach out to us directly. You can go ahead and take a look at some details, and you can also request to delete. You will not be able to edit this, but you can look at some more information that's not provided on the screen. So everything looks good to me. So I will go ahead and save as completed. So I have a screen where I can say I'm finished, or I'd like to review some things first. Please note that if you do click I am finished, this sends the values collection directly to us, so you will not be able to make any more edits on it. So if you are not confident on everything, then you would most likely want to click I'd like to review some things first. I'll go ahead and go through that with you. So as you can see, my status or my completion bar has moved to 100% complete. So I'm not able to see any of this information that used to be here. So this is when I would use my filter assignments by. So I would want to click ready for review because I did submit these as ready for review. Click that and search. And there they pop up again. So if I needed to make any changes, I could go back and go through and make those changes. But other than that, I think that's all that I have. If you do have any questions, I'll go back to the screen so I can show you our information. So again, any policy questions, please email wc@csdpool.org. If you have any technical questions, my email is right here, amandacrossgree@mcgriff.com. My phone number is 503-205-1058, and just ask for Amanda. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much.